Mariners take game one in the ALCS. That's right. They made it. I'm going to cover everything on this episode, including the huge 15 inning win versus not the Blue Jays, but the Detroit Tigers. Uh, Also giving you a game one recap, X factors for this series versus the Blue Jays, and then a full game two preview. Logan Gilbert going against Trey Yesavage today, Monday, episode 20 of Mariners Daily. Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Edwards. Thanks so much for joining me on this episode. I really appreciate it. This is going to be a fantastic episode, and I'm freaking hyped, man. Let's start it off covering this 15 inning win. I just had to cover it, man. I know we all know what happened. I know we were all watching it. What a freaking long game. What a hard fought game that is just all the more sweet with taking this game one. We'll get there. First off, winning this game 3-2. Kirby pitched fantastic. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts. And then Gabe Spire comes in and does the same old thing. Freaking Kerry Carpenter just has our number. I swear. He was just so locked in that entire series, and especially that game. We were very careful from then on out, which was great to see. Matt Brash came out for 2 really good innings, 2 strikeouts, no hits, no walks, no runs. Munoz came in for 1 1/3 innings pitched, 2 walks, but he was being as careful as you can be, and honestly, I will take it. It was fantastic to watch. 2 strikeouts from Munoz. Logan Gilbert comes in. We're going to get to him as well. But for now, he pitches 2 innings, 34 pitches, gives up 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, but gets out of trouble. Bazardo comes in. 2 and 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts for the man. What a redemption outing for him. As we're going deep into extra innings, but then we bring out Luis Castillo, who goes an inning and a third with a strikeout. He looked great. It was all hands on deck for the Mariners in this game. We had to win this. I mean, listen, going into this series, I covered it on this show. Going into this series, it was so huge. I really thought we were going to beat the Tigers. And listen, we did. But my gosh, was it close. 15 innings in game 5. Oh my gosh, this offense, man. This offense was really getting on my nerves real quick. And that started to transfer a little bit to game 1 versus the Blue Jays, but we'll get there once again. We had key performances. Josh Naylor, 3 for 6. Leo Rivas coming in to pitch hit. They first came in with Canzone, and then the Tigers came back with a lefty of their own. So then we went with Leo Rivas. And what does he do but ties the game with an RBI single? Such a huge hit, such a big moment for him. Blanco was the one with the walk-off single. We had so many opportunities in extra innings, especially. The At least the 13th and 14th inning, we had a man on second base with no outs. And no, I'm not talking about the ghost runner. We don't do the ghost runner in the playoffs. I get it. We had a man, but anyways, we still wouldn't have been able to score anyways until the 15th. Um, yeah, so it was insane. It was absolutely insane. Took us forever to finally score that run. We had so many opportunities, and we just could not get the run across. I went through every emotion possible, I think, during that game. It was long enough. Um, I did my own, 17th inning stretch, 13th, 14th inning stretch, which it? Yeah. 14th inning stretch, pardon me. 14 inning stretch. Oh no, I can't talk. I'm so sorry, guys. This is rough. But either way, I had a bowl of cereal at like 1 a.m. So we just try to get through this game. But we won it. We took it. We beat Scooble. I know we didn't beat him, and we only got 1 run off of him. He pitched absolutely amazing. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits for him, 1 earned run, 13 strikeouts. Absolutely insane. Just dominated. Retired the final, I think, 13 of the final 14 batters he faced. It was absolutely incredible. Like, it was one of those moments that I was like, seriously, man, like, hats off. Like, fully hats off to Tarek Skubal. And I would still say that even if they lost. I would. I would. It's not 2020 vision. I'm not just able to look at it unbiasedly because we won. I'm not saying that. I was very frustrated during a lot of that game. but we won it, and it's all that matters. Oh my gosh, dude. Absolutely insane. Let's get over to game one now. Let's get over to game one versus the Blue Jays because listen, the other reason why we can rejoice after that 15 inning win is to go and follow it up 2 days later. We had one off day. We had Saturday off, and then we were back on Sunday. And we did it. We freaking won 3-1. And Bryce Miller pitches the game of his life, the game of the year. And listen, it wasn't that amazing of a start, but it is the context of this start that makes it so unbelievably impressive. He was the only starting pitcher besides, listen, Emerson Hancock, I guess, was a starter. They're not calling him a starter right now, and he has not pitched. He's on the roster, but they're like, we don't want you to pitch, period. So I thought we were going to see him for sure on yesterday. I thought we were going to see him. I thought we were going to see Hancock for sure, but no, freaking Bryce Miller doesn't pitch amazing, but it's a very good start. And like I said, the context, our bullpen was depleted. We used 3 starting pitchers. It was insane. It was absolutely insane, and we needed Bryce Miller to give us some quality innings. And honestly, after the 5th inning, I was like, I'm good. I'm good. Wrap it up. Good job, Bryce. You did great. Take him out. Let's go. Because I am scared. I'm scared with him on the mound. And even watching the game, I was extremely scared. Either way, he pitches 6 innings. Only 2 hits given up. The Blue Jays only got 2 hits in the game. 2 hits. 1 earned run off Miller, which was the leadoff home run. First inning, first pitch. Cal Raleigh sets up inside for a fastball inside, and Miller misses his spot, throws it outside, and Springer just launches it the other way for a homer, for a leadoff home run. Then the Blue Jays proceed to get 2 men on in the inning, and Miller is laboring through the first inning. And then he locked in. And then he freaking locked in. But listen, I'm not saying it's an amazing start. I'm not even giving him that much credit. Because I don't think it was. I don't think it was that amazing. If you watched the game, you know what I'm talking about. There were so many lineouts. There were so many lineouts to center field, to left field, to right field. It just I was waiting for something to break. I was waiting for something to break because this Blue Jays offense is no joke. I watched them destroy the Yankees last week. I watched them absolutely destroy, and I was fully prepared. And Miller is the type of guy when you watch the pitches, you're like, "Oh, man, yeah, this four seam living in the top of the zone." Like, yeah, his control's not fantastic, but he's throwing 97. He's got a decent, sinker that can get some good lateral movement. He's got the splitter and slider for a little swing and miss action. He's not bad. And I get it, but then you see the batters make contact, and immediately I'm terrified. So him coming out for the 6th, I was terrified. He goes 6 innings. Only 2 hits, one earned run, 3 walks. Listen, you gotta get there somehow, and only 3 strikeouts. So, whatever. What did he do? He threw the fastball about the same amount of time that he did during the season, 38% of the time. 14.3 barrel percentage on the four-seam fastball. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Let's not take this for granted and say that Miller is ready to lock in from now on. Let's not try. I really don't want to trust him. I really don't want to have to trust him. We did. We had to trust him for this start because of the situation that we put ourselves into because we couldn't freaking score. But either way, we put ourselves in this situation and we needed Miller to come through, and he did. Fantastic. Ice in his veins. Hats off, Miller. Our defense made a lot of great plays besides that error from Victor Robles when he's got his card in his mouth. Freaking ridiculous. But yeah, 14.3 barrel percentage on the four-seam fastball. The sinker was good. He threw it more than he usually does. Threw it 22% of the time versus 16% of the time, which was this during the season. The splitter threw it a little bit less, but he was getting a really good whiff percentage, 37.5 whiff percentage versus the 28% which he was rocking during the season. And then he threw the slider a lot more. 13% of the time he threw the slider versus 7.6, which was during the season. So leaning on the slider, leaning on the sinker, maybe that's a move forward. I'm not sure. The slider didn't look amazing. It was still a good whiff percentage, 33%. That was definitely lower than during the season, but that also makes sense for the amount of times that he was using it. So, using it more, a little bit less whiff percentage makes sense. Makes sense. Either way, hats off to Miller. I'm still terrified of that fastball, and maybe if he can start subbing in the sinker and getting a little bit more control on the splitter and slider, maybe you could start to see him start to emerge a little bit. I think that's the way forward for him. Now, obviously, the splitter plays off the four seam really well, and the sinker slider play off of each other pretty well because it's opposite movements. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it's a 14.3 barrel percentage on the fastball. Batters are still hitting it hard. They just did not land for hits. So hats off to Miller. Thank you so much. Spire comes in for one shutout inning with a great catch from Randy Arozarena. Thank goodness. Matt Brash comes in for the eighth, pitches one inning, one strikeout, no hits, no walks, absolute shutdown. And then Munoz shuts it down in the ninth inning. Absolutely fantastic. Kevin Gossman gets pulled in the sixth inning. I would have left him in there. He went 5 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits given up, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Jorge Polanco had 2 RBI singles in this game. Cal Raleigh, obviously, with the game tying home run, solo shot, fantastic, fantastic play, just grinding. Now, when I say I was frustrated with this offense, and I was, because sorry, dropped my chapstick. I through the first like 4 innings at least, such quick outs versus Gossman. That it just felt so fast. We're just hitting out, hitting out, hitting out, swing and miss on that splitter. Just could not get anything going. Then finally Cal breaks the seal and gets a solo shot. Looked fantastic. I loved it. And then we finally started piecing things together. I would have left Gossman in, and I don't know why they pulled him so quickly. I don't know. He wasn't on short rest. He had extra rest. So I don't know why. Maybe they just had a lot of confidence in their bullpen that just wasn't able to come through. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they pulled him. I would have left him in there personally, but I was so happy to see him get taken out. Whew, pardon the yawn. My gosh, Gossman gets taken out. Polanco hits another RBI single. We were cruising, man. We were absolutely cruising, and what a great game. What a freaking comeback. Just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic to get down 1-0 right off the rip in the first. See Miller labor through that first inning, and then he just proceeded to lock in from then on out, and it was absolutely incredible. And the fact that they pushed him to the sixth inning just tells me how much that bullpen needed that rest, and how valuable Wilson knew that him going an extra inning would do for them. And he was able to get through it, and it was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I can't say enough things. I can't say enough things. I'm so unbelievably happy they won that first game. I was very nervous going into this series, and I still am. Listen, Blue Jays are still very much a threat. I think they got unlucky in game one, and I'm a little nervous going forward. We're gonna cover game two in a second. Before we do that, let's cover some X factors here for this series going forward. Now, obviously, because I'm catching you guys after game one, so it's not like I have the foresight now to, you know, I can look at I can look at our players and who's playing well. And obviously, Cal Raleigh is a huge X factor for this team. Julio is so huge for them, so unbelievably huge. And you know how much I love Naylor and Polanco. That's Naylor and Polanco are one of the biggest reasons why I believe in this team so much. Because as soon as you get through the top three in the order, I can see who's coming up next and go, oh, it's Josh Naylor and Jorge Polanco. Like, oh, oh, we can do something here. We can actually get something done. And Gino Suarez, man, he can get stuff done too, man. He missed a home run. He missed a solo shot of his own by like 2 inches. Very unfortunate, but great hit. Great hit nonetheless. Really good contact. I also thought Josh Naylor had a dead center home run for a second there versus Gossman. Thought he had it. But either way, Naylor is definitely a huge X factor. Logan Gilbert, oh my goodness. Now this pitching is definitely a huge X factor, and the fact that we're able to reset like this is absolutely insane. They could throw Kirby. They could throw Kirby in game 3. We got a day off. We got a day off tomorrow. Throw Kirby in game 3. Oh my goodness. Wu is on the roster, so I'm waiting for when they're gonna use him. And honestly, listen, bro, listen, we need to calm ourselves down, but I think we could save him. I mean, listen, we could target game 4 right now. If you want to throw Kirby game 3, Wu game 4 would be so huge. And Kirby and Wu are just huge X factors. And Luis Castillo could go too. I mean, I know he pitched in relief, but he pitched less than Gilbert did. And maybe they're planning on piggybacking this start. Maybe that's what they're gonna do. Maybe maybe they actually don't plan on using Gilbert for that long, and maybe they'll throw Castillo. No, but Castillo's never relieved before. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna ride Gilbert as long as they can. I don't know. It'll be interesting. What do you guys think? How long do you think Gilbert's gonna be in the game for? What do you think? Yeah, whether he pitches well or not, I guess. Like, what do you think? If he's pitching well, how far do you think they're willing to push him? Anyways, we'll get there in a second for this game 2 preview. X factors for this series: Wu, Kirby, huge X factors. But this offense has to keep it going. They have to keep it going because the Blue Jays offense will break through at a certain point. They will, and our offense needs to be ready to go. Naylor and Polanco need to be those good supporting characters. They need to get on base. They gotta they gotta drive in one of our guys. Julio steals second base. Randy steals second base. Randy stole 2 bags. He stole second and third. Oh, I love it. Gosh, I love it. Manufacturing runs. This is the Mariners team. They can power, they can speed, they can get it done, man. They can get it done in a myriad of different ways, and they showed it. During the season versus the Blue Jays, they have a 2-4 record. The M's have scored 24 runs in those 6 games. Not great, 4 runs a game. Not terrible, but still. They hit 221 with a 288 on base percentage and a 375 slugging percentage versus the Blue Jays. That's a 663 OPS. The Blue Jays in those 6 games scored 31 runs. So not that far. I mean, listen, 7 runs across 4 games. Yeah, that's enough. They hit 295 with a 355 on base and a 414 slugging, good for a 768 OPS. So not even like they're slugging that much versus the Mariners this season. So it's the on base, it's the batting average. They're getting things done offensively during the season that we just weren't. We shut them down, baby. We shut them down in game 1. I mean, listen, I know they scored once. I know, but it felt like a shutdown. It felt like scoreless because they couldn't do anything for the rest of the game. Yeah, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But like I said, their offense is going to wake up, and our offense needs to be ready. Polanco and Naylor need to be those guys to drive in the top of our lineup. And obviously, Cal Raleigh, he's the captain. He's the leader. He's the man that needs to lead the way. Offense is so key in this series. It is so key. And I know game 1 wasn't necessarily, it was the pitching that was so key. I don't think that's how this series is going to go. If it is how this series is going to go, feeling pretty good, man. I'm feeling pretty freaking good. If pitching is the answer, we know the Mariners have it. We know the Mariners have it, and they've got the guts to get it done. And we need Gilbert to lead the way right now. Miller set the tone. He set the tone for a guy stepping up and pitching above his pay grade. We need Gilbert to step up. And that's how we get into game 2, the game 2 preview here. Gilbert's going against Trey Yesavage. He's going on short rest, very short rest. He pitched on Friday, like I said, 34 pitches. How is this going to work? Well, we got a couple quotes here. We get a great story, great article from Ann Rogers on LB.com that I read that had a lot of great nuggets that I wanted to piece together here for you guys. 34 pitches in relief on Friday from Gilbert. From Dan Wilson, the manager, this is a quote, the way we are looking at it is he took a side session in the game with 40 plus thousand people there. So basically what he's saying is during, in between starts for starters, a starter will throw a side session. He'll throw, about 40 pitches and just get loose and just stay loose in between starts and just practice a little bit more. And all they're saying is that he took a side session with 40,000 people watching. High leverage relief for Logan Gilbert. It's not the same thing, but I understand where he's coming from. I can understand it. Wilson says he's ready to go. He's excited. He wants the ball. And apparently, as the Mariners got a little bit deeper in the ALDS versus the Tigers, Gilbert started to adjust his routine to become ready for a bullpen outing if it came to that. And he hasn't thrown much between his outings, which is different for him and an adjustment he's willing to make this time of year. Okay, interesting. Gilbert says, I like to practice a lot, get my work in, but in the playoffs, you kind of just get ready for the games. I've been toning down the practice throws a little bit. So basically, end of quote. He's not practicing as much in between starts, keeps the arm fresh, and still pitching very well. And maybe it'll affect him. Maybe his effectiveness will be oh, affected. I don't want to say it, but here we are. But I like where he's coming from. He's been planning for this. He was planning for a bullpen session. Now, obviously, it's not the same thing because it's so high leverage. You're pitching game 5, must win game in relief. And like I said, he did give up a couple of hits with a walk, but still got through it, still got it done. And I'm excited to see what he can provide for game 2. He's an absolute dog. Shout out to Logan Gilbert. What a dog. On the other side is Trey Savage, the young rookie for the Blue Jays. He absolutely tore it up versus the Yankees. He pitched 5 1/3 innings pitched, no hits given up, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. Absolutely dominant. He's coming at us with a four seam, splitter, slider, throws the splitter and slider pretty substantially as well. Four seam isn't amazing, but I know the rise, I think, on his four seam is pretty nasty, and especially because of his weird arm angle. It makes it fairly difficult for players to make contact, apparently. The splitter and slider had ridiculous whiffs in that game versus the Yankees. He has pitched very little and showed that he could pitch well in the playoffs. He's going to be pitching at home today. I'm a little worried, but we got Gilbert going against him, and I think Gilbert will be able to keep us in the game. And Savage only went 5 1/3 versus the Yankees. So many strikeouts, I know, but I think we'll be able to get him out early and hopefully get to the Blue Jays bullpen, which has been a little rough lately. And I want to see us score a little bit. See us score a little bit. Another thing to keep in note versus Gilbert, Vladdy has very good stats versus him in 15 plate appearances, 15 ABs. Vladdy has 6 hits. In those 6 hits, he has 2 doubles and 2 home runs. That's a 400 batting average for those keeping track at home. A 933 slugging percentage versus Logan Gilbert. Keep an eye on Vladdy Jr. Please be careful, Gilbert. Don't throw him too many high fastballs. Throw him the splitter down, throw him the slider down, and if you walk him, you walk him. That's okay. Don't let Vladdy Jr. beat you. Just stay out of the zone, stay on the edges, and if you can't, just walk him, bro. If you can't get him out, can't throw strikes, get him, just walk him, move on to the next guy. Bo Bichette is still out for the Blue Jays, which I was not expecting. I thought he was going to be back. He's the star shortstop for them. Hit close to 300 on the season. That is huge that he is not in this series. Absolutely huge for us that we don't have to face him. It's going to be a crazy series, guys. Crazy series. Lock in. Thanks so much for watching this episode. It's a longer one. Well, it feels longer. I don't know. I just had a lot to say. But a lot of fun. Keep enjoying this series. Stay locked in, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.